Presbyterian Junior Youth Leaders National Assembly is here again. All JY leaders from various districts and presbyteries will converge at the Oda Methodist College of Education from 25th to 28th April 2024 to discuss the progress of the fellowship and formulate new policies. This year's National Assembly is hosted by the West Achin Presbytery under the chairmanship of Mr. Moses Ni Amonsasaku, National President, Mr. Dennis Ni Odai Oakley, National Secretary, and Reverend Eric Afro Intri, National Coordinators Red. This year's National Assembly promises to be more fun and exciting. So come one, come all.
Well, Shama Israel Adonai Lochanu Adonai Chadav Tabe Kolebabe Kabe Kol Nafsha Kabe Kol Me Odeka. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and you must love the Lord with all your heart, with all your strength, and with all your might. My name is Rabbi Humphrey, and this is PCG TV. Surely in thy light there is light, and we're going to have a wonderful and exclusive interview with JY. Popularly, we say JY, we say Youth for Jesus. Yes, the Youth for Jesus. We have their leaders here, and we're going to have a wonderful, very exclusive discussion. There's a hymnal that rings a bell anytime that I'm talking about JY. It's a den amen fa miniwaye tumira da sibre fa wo panomame. Na masem ayo fe. Sina wodono nsenkrene ne wodom no ntra madwem. Otumfo ne ohenkese yeda wase. Yeyiwaye. The real exposition of this word came to me when I was part of a JY Tower, being led by a JY leader that gave us the opportunity to actually harness the abilities and the potentials in us. And through this leadership, it's brought me this far. So at most times when I have the opportunity to talk about JY, I speak about it passionately because that is where the real grooming happened. I remember one great man of God who is of blessed memory, Reverend WNB Apia, talking to me that, Humphrey, come, though you are JY boy, but I want to use you in a Bible study and prayer group rally. And even as a JY boy, I had to follow this district minister to go in, he preaches, and I lead the prayer meetings. Once upon a time, a young man asked me that, how come that you speak freely on TV, on radio, you're having great programs everywhere? And I just looked at him and said, my foundation is from JY. So today, this interview is, I'm home from where the Lord started using us, JY. I have Mr. Moses Ni Amonsasaku, who happens to be the president, the national president of the JY leaders, and Madam Matilda Nete, who happens to be the GA Presbytery secretary. And we're going to have a wonderful discussion. Just stick around with me. We'll be right back.
Hooray! Presbyterian Junior Youth Leaders National Assembly is here again. All JY leaders from various districts and presbyteries will converge at the Oda Methodist College of Education from 25th to 28th April 2024 to discuss the progress of the fellowship and formulate new policies. This year's National Assembly is hosted by the West Achin Presbytery under the chairmanship of Mr. Moses Ni Amonsasaku, National President, Mr. Dennis Ni Odai Oakley, National Secretary, and Reverend Eric Afro Intri, National Coordinators Red. This year's National Assembly promises to be more fun and exciting. So come one, come all.
Well, folks, you're welcome back. This is PCG TV. My name is Rabbi Humphrey, and we're having a very exclusive interview with junior youth, that is JY leaders. And we're going to talk about the JY, the third National JY Leaders Assembly, and that is what we are going to discuss today. But let's get to my guest, Mr. Moses Ni Amonsasaku, the national president, and Madam Matilda Nete, who happens to be the GA Presbytery secretary of JY leaders. Sir, you're welcome. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I hope you are doing fine.
You're doing great.
We thank God so much. When I'm talking about junior youth, I'm so passionate because that is where my origin is from. And I want to use this opportunity, even before we start the discussion, to say a big thank you to you for helping group some of us to get to this level. But somebody watching us might not really know what the junior youth is all about when it comes to the Presbyterian setting. So what is JY? What is the junior youth all about, sir?
JY is a group of younger children from the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. From children's service, you have to be graduated to JY.
Okay.
And JY is the year between the year 12 up to 18 years. It was in the year 1985. Then there's a group of people at La Nativity.
Okay.
Saw it wise that they have to form a group this age, because normally it was both JY and YPG
Put together.
put together.
Okay.
So they did not understand some of the teachings that has been going on. You have to separate them so that they bring the teaching low to their level. So this was started 2 years later. It also started at Osu Ebenezer.
Okay.
Then in the year 2015, where the grand director, B.O. Chame, in fact, it started with B.O. Chame. He was there, started with this issue.
Okay.
Then when he went, then B.O. Chame also came. Now, then let us try as much as possible to have the leaders follow.
Okay.
So there was a group that met to finalize everything concerning this GY leadership. So at the children's service and GY level at Kumasi,
Okay.
so they brought out a policy that they accepted the policy and it was given to GAC Council.
Okay.
GAC Council. So 2010, at the General Assembly at Takoradi, Western Presbytery, the Assembly mandated that they have to separate the GY from YPG. So the GY was separated from YPG 2010.
Okay.
So that GY can be able to report on its own.
Okay.
Initially, when they are in terms of reporting, it's YPG that reports on behalf of
GY.
GY.
Okay. Within structure, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But GY leaders also felt that there's a gap somewhere.
Yeah.
That when this thing was given to them, they can be able to report very well.
Because they are even having the first-hand information.
Exactly.
So for a YPG person to come in to report also for GY, that becomes...
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that GY president is another council member for YPG.
Okay.
And YPG president is also a council member, JY council meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So when these things break away, then where I am, I have to be there, and where you are supposed to be there.
So JY separates, then YPG separates, and we are doing our things.
So this is how this JY issue came out. A committee was formed, led by Brother Sugar Adukonu.
Okay.
He led a committee to organize this issue.
Okay.
So 4 years ago, we had a meeting. 3 years ago, a meeting at BA Presbytery.
Okay.
That's the first annual assembly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were elected into office to take the affairs of JY issue.
All right. So with this JY junior youth, what are the age ranges, Madam Matilda? If you can help us with that, what are the age ranges for the junior youth?
The junior youth starts from 12 years, where they graduate from children's service and they are brought to JY. So 12 years all the way to 18 years. And then they are also graduated to YPG. So we fall between 12 to 18 years.
So for the sake of those who are not Presbyterians who are watching us, that means that automatically once you go through children's service and you get to the age 12 years, you have to be pushed to the junior youth, so that you come in there to learn, so that you can prepare yourself for the adults service.
So just like he said, I think the structure of the church is so beautiful that they don't want people to feel like they don't belong or they are above the level. So you see children's service right from birth to 12 years. At that stage, they are teenagers entering into the teens. So they might feel like they don't belong to the children. So I think the church, in its own wisdom and the right way, brought about this JY. So it's so beautiful that you transition periodically just to prepare you for the next stage. So it's the age bracket is so unique.
Yeah, and I think it's even biblical, very biblical.
Very.
I think in the theological school, I learned about the bar mitzvah of the Jewish setting, where the reason why Jesus was brought to the temple at the age 12, because with the Jews, at the age 12, that is where you now show signs of maturity. So you are initiated into manhood, and you would have to come into the synagogue to be able to read scriptures, the Torah, to prove that you are matured. So we shift you from the children's unit into the teens unit, so you are prepared as a young man, a young lady to grow to become, a great person. Sure. So even you mentioned the age 12, that is what actually
exactly.
Yes. To add to what she just said, GY, there's age groups in it.
Okay.
We have 3 groups
within the GY.
Within the GY.
Beautiful.
You have the 12 to 14 years. We call it the junior class.
Okay.
Then from the 14 to 15,
okay,
with the intermediate.
Okay.
Then 16 to 18 that you go to YPG.
Okay.
We call it the senior.
The senior.
Yeah. Class.
Okay.
So when you come to the age of that senior class, eventually you should prepare that one day you'll be at YPG.
Oh, okay. So then I think it is within those zones that, because as you're explaining it, I'm just playing it back to the times that I was at JY, and when the ministers kept on I think within the age of 16 to
17, 18 years.
Yes, that was where I was giving roles. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Our church structure is so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And it plays out very well, so you get to really understand even yourself with age, with understanding, maturity, with biblical stuff, so that you can grow. So exactly. What is the population of JY, if you are putting an estimate?
We are over 56,000.
Or 56,000.
Yeah, nationwide, including Europe,
okay,
North America.
Oh, okay. And how do you handle these teens? Within this zone, adolescent time, sometimes some are difficult, some are stubborn, some don't really listen. How do you handle it as leaders?
Okay, so I think as leaders, we are being equipped.
Okay.
So again, the church has got its own unique structure.
Mm-hmm.
How you even become a leader, there's a structure.
Okay.
We have the constitution that guides who to become a leader.
Okay.
So it's more centered with the congregational level. The congregational session has to vet and appoint JY leaders.
Okay.
So you don't just get up, even though it's more of a sacrificial or willingness to do, the interest is there, but it's up to the congregational session to really appoint you and make sure you are being trained. And when you come to the presbytery level, the district presbytery level, let me talk about the Ghana Presbytery. We have a class or a training you go through, which we are liaising with the School of Ministry.
Okay.
So leaders are being trained. It's a 2-year course. So you come do 1 year, you go teach the experience and all that, you come back and you finish with the 2nd year. So leaders are not just left to lead the children, but then they are being equipped. At the national level, there are trainings also being held. So when you look at the various courts, everywhere you go, there's some kind of training that will govern or guide you to lead the children. Because just like you said, their age bracket is very sensitive, extremely sensitive. So leaders can't just do what they feel like doing. And then also, I'll talk about our design manuals.
Okay.
The Junior Youth Fellowship has got manuals that governs us. So aside your church service and all that, even if you don't do anything at all, you have the manual. And the manual is designed nicely. As we speak now, we have 4 volumes.
Okay.
Volume 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can cut across the various groupings in the JY, like the lower JY, intermediate, senior. You can have, we'll start from volume 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and the topics are so unique. It's not just, someone will say, oh, maybe it's just centered on the spiritual aspects
of
of
it.
but trust me, you can get topics like My Friends and I. It's a bit why would a manual give topic like My Friends and I? There are topics like temperaments. So we are not just grooming them spiritually, but we are grooming them for the world, for the future. So the leaders are really equipped to do the work.
Well, the leaders are really equipped to do the world, the work, and grooming them for the future, grooming them for the world. As a matter of fact, junior youth is something wonderful to behold. Don't go anywhere, just stick around with me. We will get back after this break.
Hooray! Presbyterian Junior Youth Leaders National Assembly is here again. All JY leaders from various districts and presbyteries will converge at the Oda Methodist College of Education from 25th to 28th April 2024 to discuss the progress of the fellowship and formulate new policies. This year's National Assembly is hosted by the West Achin Presbytery under the chairmanship of Mr. Moses Ni Amonsasaku, National President, Mr. Dennis Ni Odai Oakley, National Secretary, and Reverend Eric Afro Intri, National Coordinators Red. This year's National Assembly promises to be more fun and exciting. So come one, come all.
Well, folks, you're welcome back. This as PCG TV, a very exclusive interview with junior youth leaders. I have Mr. Moses Ni Amon Sasraku, the national president of the junior youth, in the studio with me, and also Madam Matilda Nete, the Ghana Presbytery Secretary, and we're talking about the Junior Youth Leaders Conference. So we're actually getting into the assembly discussion. So please, sir, this is the third National Junior Youth Assembly. Can you please talk about it generally, what this assembly is all about?
This assembly is about the JY leaders coming together to discuss the work that we do, discuss the children that we handle, so that we can all come to a compromise and see how best, especially these children, they can able go forward in terms of them reaching Christ before we get into Christ. That's all that we are going to discuss. So what each and every predatory work that he has done, bring it there, we discuss it, and see the way forward. That's what we're going to discuss.
So you're having all the 19 presbyteries?
You have all the 19, including Europe and America, making 21 presbyteries.
So the 21 presbyteries are coming.
Yes.
Is it every leader, or is it?
It's a delegates.
Delegates.
Yeah, it's a delegate.
So they're representing presbyteries
from each district. One person will be there. One person, including the presbytery, also coming with 2 people. So it's a delegate.
And where are we having this particular?
Akimodan.
And then the time, the
duration.
The duration.
Yeah. We are starting from Thursday is the arrival day. Whereby by 12 o'clock we are expecting most of the presbyteries to be around up to 5 o'clock. Then we just do them. We start something small, but Friday is the opening day, whereby we, the moderator, the director of clan, then the West Achin Presbytery chairperson also will be there. So these are the invitees that we are expecting to grace the occasion.
Madam Matilda, what is so unique about this assembly that people must actually look out for?
It's very unique, and I always say it's always timing to have such gathering. Just like I told you, leaders have been equipped, leaders are expected to do the right thing. So such assembly enables us to learn from each other, because we've all come together. We've reported to districts, to presbyteries, and I'm sure every presbytery will pick up some key points where there are challenges. It also comes in your report. So when we meet together, we all discuss. Probably you might find solution to the problems. We can discuss the way forward. Because when we look at the children we have, they fall in our educational bracket too.
Yes.
And day in, day out, there are new things coming up. So we need to equip each other. We need to learn from each other the best way to push them ahead. So it's very unique coming together. You might have different ideas. I'll have mine. And when we look at our various regions, they have different ways of upbringing and challenges. So you learn from each other and you encourage each other to do the right thing.
Okay. So all that will be done within the Friday, or
Yeah.
is it the duration? Is it
So
a
it's
3 days?
Thursday.
It's on Friday and Saturday.
Okay. All right.
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we'll break into workshops.
Okay.
Whereby you will come out with their findings
Okay.
from what every presbytery have submitted it to them. Come out with their findings. Then we all discuss about it. As you said, then we look at the way forward.
Okay.
Then when you're able to get the way forward, then from there we seal it there. We seal it there. Then for Sunday will be the climax of the occasion. We have the Thanksgiving service and the Father service. Yeah, to climax the occasion.
Okay. So the Thanksgiving service will still be done at Akemoda.
Yes, please.
That's fine. And Akemoda, which particular congregation are you going to do the Thanksgiving service?
Yeah, at the Methodist Training College.
Okay. It will be the venue. Where the venue is. That's where you have the service. You are not going to join
the service will be at the church, the main church itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the district church.
That's fine. I'm going to ask this question. I'll come to you, Mr. Moses and Matilda, because I'm looking at you coming from different angles.
Okay.
Generally, what are some of the challenges that you have as JY leaders? Generally.
I and my executives were able to visit some of the presbyteries. And what we've seen, lack of worship place. Is a big issue. In fact, we were amazed to see some of the GYMS attending the adult service.
Because there's no teens chapel like
yes.
and
so we ask ourselves, where are you going? Some of the GYMS are also part of those who play the instruments.
Yeah. So definitely they will have to be in the service.
Whereby they have to listen to the word of God.
Yes.
See, it's very amazing. Very amazing. And some of the challenges also is from the parents.
Okay.
Especially, some will say, I'm taking my child to the farm. You have nothing to say.
Say about it.
To say about it. Some of the presbyteries even do rotate. If this week, this children go to the farm, the following week, other children will also go to the farm. All these things are becoming a challenge.
Okay.
Very much challenge. And again, to the GY posits, when you celebrate the GY week, we're expecting all the presbyteries to send their money to the central point.
The remittance is difficult.
It's not coming.
It's not coming.
It's not coming. And that's what we use in running the national
affairs.
office.
Yes.
It's a big challenge.
Okay.
But this year, it's a little bit better than
The previous.
last year. And we are praying to the Almighty God that things will be better for us next year.
Sure. Madam Matilda, will you add some more to it?
Amazing. He spoke about proceeds.
Yes.
Yes, he's spoken about the chapel or availability of space for the JY ministry. I'll add up to it that as we also look at the space, resources are also a limitation.
Okay.
I always say their age group they are more of the visual children.
That's it.
They want to see things. The things they hear about. They'll go to school, they'll see things. They want to come to church and see some things that they are seeing online and all that, especially the deprived areas. They don't have these manuals, the things to equip them to do the work well. And then also, my point is about monitoring.
Okay.
Yes, so we do all the work up there, go and decide, we'll come out with decisions and all that. But who watches the watchman?
That's it.
Yes, so it's boiled down to our ministers. We are pleading that they should keep an eye. We are doing our best up there, but when you come down to the roots, the JY is supposed to be handled by the section. So they need to monitor and make sure some of these decisions are being done well, and then we can get the best results.
I think these are very important things that you voiced out, and PCG happens to be a great mouthpiece for the church, and therefore, as we're speaking about it, I know these things have been tabled down, written documents and all that, but some ministers are also watching, and session members, presbyters are watching, and they will take clue and try as much as possible to help solve some of these challenges. Before we wrap up, are there some acknowledgements, people that you want to acknowledge who are great supporters of this junior youth thing that you would want to acknowledge before we wrap up?
Yeah. First of all, let me acknowledge the moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Right Reverend Ebenezer Abraham Opare, Opare Kwachi. Yeah. In fact, it's very supportive. They come to the clan director, Reverend Dr. Dino Odonko. Yeah. Then the clan, the clerk is Reverend Dr. Dino Odonko. Yes. Then the clan, which is Reverend Bossman. Then the preaching chaplains too. They've done marvelously well. But we are pleading, especially the presbytery chaplain, will do more, so that, as my sister said, when they do more, it will come to the districts. And when the district is comfortable, we at the national level, then we are also comfortable there. But I say, bravo to all of them, and may the good Lord bless them and keep them.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to add a little acknowledgement, and we would also want to acknowledge our presbytery leaders, executives, down to the district congregations. In fact, all leaders for a marvelous job. It's not easy. Yeah. Trust me, it's not easy. Sometimes you have to go out of your own sacrifices and all that. Yeah. And one people I won't leave is our YAF members. Wow. Our YAF, our big brothers and sisters. We know they are doing well. They have it as a policy to support the junior youth. We want to encourage them to do more. They should do more. They are doing well. We are really happy. We are grateful to them, but they can do more than they are doing. And all other groups can also support the junior youth.
Okay, before we finally wrap up, I'm just going to give each of you the opportunity, just in about 30 seconds, just to speak direct to your cameras. Not in English, but any other language. It can be Twi, it can be Ekuyapem, it can be Gai, it can be Frafra, it can be Dagomba, it can be French. Just speak to the junior youth member. Any advice you can give to our young children.
Mayuega, Masumoni, Mata, Mijewa members, BFN, Fai, Ake, Ameba Mehishini, ni chomoni, Ake Chome, Nibi na Trame, ye JY, me, Ame Mommy, Bonafe ni, Eye Muha, meni. Ke amedra, amedencha ameba na ke, se na mo baba o ye, ni makpa follow hu afaya ke fi amendment be can be a he ni ame na ne ke chon mone ko ni fe aye mu ye wo shita mom.
you be me nuadum GY. Nyame ka je say, Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1. Or see, my son, do not forget my teachings, but let thy words be thy commandments. Mesremo. Yen bomodi yen su nyame mo. I say etumi su mu a nyame ba yakubu bia no. Yebedi nkunim, I say nyame yen nkunim difo. Yen ma nyame nye yenim ondi yechi. Yen sua kronkron no. Yetumi sua ama ya di sua kesa e wo yen school mu kra no eye mrew e ma ye. Na mesrɛ yen awofo no so nkoran so mo ba je waya mesrɛ mo sɛ yɛma wɔn kwan na wɔn bra na wɔn de yɛn bɛsua ade Saturdays no yɛn som na yɛsua ade wɔn bra yɛn bɛsua ade na bi sɛ wɔn ba yɛn nyinaa yɛde bɛgye ɛbɛ yɛn dɛ medam ase.
All right, thank you very much. And that was very wonderful messages that Mr. Moses and Madam Matilda given to the youth, the junior youth. And I'm concluding. PHB 21 says, Munipa muwiriase, munistro mum, mumfa nidinia ye ma ye nyankoponda. I think within the zone of the teens, this is the time that you serve God and serve God well. And we thank God for the leadership of the junior youth and what they are doing in order to support, bring, raise, lead these teens to the things of God, preparing them for heaven and preparing them for the world and for the future. So we are going to keep on supporting, praying with them so that the junior youth ministry stands and also the leaders are also empowered. Thank you very much for keeping on and watching this particular interviews that we keep on bringing to you on PCG TV. Keep on praying for the church. Keep on praying for the moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Keep on praying for the clerk and everybody who is in the helm of affairs. And we will also keep on praying for you. So until same time, next week, maybe another time, having an exclusive interview, we will be right back again. My name is Rabbi Humphrey. Thanks for watching.
PCG TV. In thy light, there is light.